Ahoy, mateys, it's Miss Angela here, and we are on day 45 of drawing at home. So we are going to draw, I'm dressed kind of like a sailor, a little give or take, but today we are going to draw a lighthouse. Now our lighthouse isn't going to be super realistic, but it's not going to be really cartoony either, so it's kind of in between there. So grab your paper and your pencil, grab your markers, your colored pencils, and your crayons, and let's get started. We are going to draw a lighthouse today. All right, here we go. First thing we're going to do is the big part of the lighthouse. Everyone knows what a lighthouse is, right? I hope so. Okay, we're going to draw a straight line down, just like that. And then we're going to draw another one right over here, kind of the same way. And if you notice, it's a little smaller at the top, and it gets a little tiny bit bigger as we go down. Now at the top of the lighthouse, we're going to put the little part where the light is going to be. Now the lighthouses are on the edge of water, so people in boats or sailors or ships or wherever it may be know that the land is coming up there, so they don't want to get their boat or their ship too close to it. It tells everybody where the land is. So we're going to draw, this is the bottom of our lighthouse, we're going to go ahead and draw that in black. And then we're going to put this part, this is where the light is in here, and we're going to draw lines just down like that to connect it, because it's got to hold our little roof on there. And then we're going to go ahead and put a roof on. That's the top. And then we'll go up as a little triangle. And then at the very top, we'll put a little tiny, kind of like a little button or a little knob at the top. And let's go ahead and just color that in. So we'll get that all done so we won't have to worry about our black anymore. All right, that's the beginning of our lighthouse. Now we're going to make our lighthouse stripes. But before I make a stripe, I'm going to put a little window on my lighthouse, because there is inside of these lighthouses, there are stairs that go up and around and around and around till you get up there. So the lighthouse keeper, if he has to get up there and change the light bulb or do something, he has to go up a set of stairs. So it's always nice to give him a little window. He can check where he is on the way up there. Let's go ahead and put our lines in there for our stripes. Now I am going to give just a little slight curve in it. See how I've made a little slight curve? And that's going to make it look like the lighthouse is more round. And then I'm just going to keep going down, kind of spacing them out. And we have our lighthouse. It's that simple. Now let's go ahead and we're going to put our lighthouse is going to be out on the rocks at the edge of the ocean. So we're going to make our rocks very simple. We're going to just do, let's do a little rock like this. And then maybe there's another one the actual lighthouse is sitting up on. Let's go down here. All right, so now we've got rocks, and we could always put a little shadows in them every so often, and it will look more like a rock. I know it doesn't look too much like a rock yet, but it will. Now, when I said this wasn't going to be really realistic, it's because we're going to make waves that don't look exactly like real waves. Real waves are kind of more straight lines, but we're going to make them kind of like a big sea. So let's go ahead and we're going to make some waves. And the waves are crashing up on the rocks. Let's go ahead and not get out of this line of them and go down here and make a few more. You see how I'm doing them? I go up and I make kind of a C, and after I get to the top of the C, I go back in, and I keep doing that. Now, as the ocean gets farther away, you don't see those big lines up at the edge, so we're just going to put the ocean back here. This is where it's going to end, right over here. And you know what? I better put my lighthouse all the way down to the rock. There we go. So now we have got the water, the rocks, and the lighthouse. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to add some clouds in here, just because. And if you do this with marker, it's going to look like this. If you do it with pencil, you won't see the lines so much when we get ready to color. And you know what? I want to put one right here, but I want it to come right out the other side of that lighthouse. It's behind the lighthouse. It gives it kind of perspective that the lighthouse is in the front and the clouds are in the back. All right, now let's go ahead and color. I want to go ahead and just start with my lighthouse. So I'm going to do red up here. We'll color it all in. Nice and bright red. Now I don't know what you've been working with, if you really like, which one you like to work with, whether you like to work with crayons or pastels or markers. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite is. I think I like to, well, I really like to paint. I use paint, but I didn't want to paint with you because I don't want to make your parents have to go out and buy paint when they shouldn't be out and about most of the time. So that's why we use these other things that you might have at home. And I think I like to draw with the pastels more just because it colors faster. But I would guess this is a lot like a crayon because this is an oil pastel. All right, we have our lighthouse. Wow, that's looking nice. What do you think? How's yours looking? Good? Now I'm going to use this is kind of a bluey green. I'm not going to use a real blue on the ocean. I'm going to use kind of a bluey green. And I'm going to go ahead and color it in. And I'm not going to take too much time coloring. I'm going to go up on my waves. I'm going to have to go up here. All right. Now, I don't know where you're watching this video from. I'm in Pennsylvania, and it is still rainy. I am waiting for a day that I can go to a beach like this and maybe go see a lighthouse because I'm kind of getting tired of the rain. But it's only April, and that's kind of what it is in Pennsylvania. And I'm going to go ahead and just color over the top of these because you can still see my waves through the color. Now, if you want to, when you're coloring, if you want to use different color blues, you can even make your waves in one color and your, the ocean, the rest of the color, different colors. I might even add a little color before I'm done here. Ah, my arm's getting tired. It's a lot of water. All right. Now, I'll go ahead and I'll take light blue and we'll color the sky. Oh my gosh, if I thought I had a lot of water to do, I have a lot of sky to do. All right, let's go ahead. Whoops, I got the wrong color. I'm coloring it gray. All right, there we go. I got the right color now. All right, I'm going to color my whole sky in blue. Because it's a nice, well, it could be a spring day, it could be a summer day, but it's nice. We don't have a storm coming in. It's just nice, fluffy clouds. Remember, you can add whatever you want to this. If you want a sunshine, add a sun, whatever you want. You become the artist, and you do it any way you want. You could even have a little person standing down here on the rock. You know what? I'm going to move to this side just because I think it might be just a little easier to draw on this side. Because that's a lot of sky. And I could get done a lot faster since I'm right-handed to go over to this side. You know, I've been doing this 45 days, and I just thought of coming to the other side. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I got to put my thinking cap on earlier. All right, now we've got a beautiful sky. And remember, like I said, you can go down, and if you want these waves to show up more, you can go in there and do another color blue on top of it, and the waves could be different colors. Oh my gosh, you know what? If you really wanted to, you can put a shark in the water. Oh, wouldn't that be kind of cool? Maybe one of these waves could be more like a shark. That would be pretty awesome. All right, now probably the last color we're going to do, we're going to use gray. And we're going to put gray down here on the rocks. We're going to make them look like rocks. Now you can add a little black to them. You can make a little gray, whatever you want to make them look like a rock. And rocks, you're just going to kind of know it's a rock because of where it is, the placement of it and the color of it. So you don't have to worry too much about the shape and all that with it. All right, this is looking pretty darn good. Now, I'm loving this one. How about you? Now, you know what I think we're missing in this one? I think we are missing a couple seagulls. So we're going to draw just a simple seagull. We're not going to do him white. We'll do him black like he's off in the horizon. So we'll do just like we did before. We're going to do like a V. You see the little V there? But then make long wings come off of them. You see how we did it? I'm going to put a whole bunch of them. I'm going to make a little V, and then I'm going to make the wings come off of them. And I can even make, if I make a really tiny one up here, he looks like he's way ahead of the gang. He's like going way off. He's the head of the parade. So, boys and girls, let's see what you do. This is a nice, simple one. If you just follow the directions and use whatever colors you want, put anything you want in this ocean, and let's see yours. Okay, this was day 45, 45 days. It just blows my mind when I think about it. But I'm going to tell you the same thing I've told you for 45 days. I'm going to tell you to, what am I going to tell you? I'm going to tell you to stay safe, wash your hands, listen to your parents, stay creative, because it's important to keep yourself busy and creative, and be nice. Be nice to your brothers, your sisters, your parents, whoever you are with. Be nice to them, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow, and I can't even remember what we're doing tomorrow, so you'll just have to tune in and see. Bye-bye, everybody. See you in the morning.